Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and Samurai Jack, among others. I'm Justin Cummings, and today I'm joined by Michelle Anderer.
Hey.
Today, Michelle and I are here discussing the penultimate episode of Samurai Jack, episode 9 of, season 5?
What is this?
What is
have we
this?
been covering?
What are we doing in life? The episode aired on May 13th, Saturday. We've been covering the entire season. You can listen to all of that at overlyanimated.com or by searching Overly Animated on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. This was an episode. Was this better or worse than last episode, Michelle?
This is better than last episode for sure.
I might disagree, but we'll get to that.
Really?
I'm still torn. I'm still torn on
then.
this episode.
Okay.
Alright, so let's just get into it. We start right where we left off. Michelle,
With
what
the
are your
smooch.
what are your overall thoughts on this episode?
I mean, as much as I talked about how, kind of rushed and, how much I, kind of wasn't into, the romance aspects last episode, I felt it worked a lot better now, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, after they smooched, they kind of, took a step back and were like, okay, well, I'm gonna go find some new clothes, and, I'm gonna go shower, and then they, talked about, his past, and I don't know, it felt like a more reasonable kind of pacing. They were getting to know each other more and they weren't just woohoo, we're a thing now. Which I think that was why I was not into the last one. I was worried they were gonna go that way. But, yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked that he actually talked about his past and, that they were having that kind of conversation because that's a pretty big, they're gonna have to deal with that if he defeats Aku. So, and then the fact that, she literally is Aku's daughter, which we talked about maybe being a possibility. I don't know how drinking his essence allowed someone to just become pregnant with, 7 children, but
He's also a being of pure cosmic evil, so...
Exactly. So the rules are very, open to interpretation there. Yeah, they're very loosey. So, yeah. What are your thoughts, though?
I'm glad that was the route they chose to take it. If we had to have some big Ashi twist of some grave danger, I'm glad this is the route we took. Not only she's literally a daughter of Aku, but that Aku can now control her because of part of his essence being in her. I thought that was actually interesting. I'm glad they didn't just leave it Jack, no, I promise I'm nothing like him. I don't trust you anymore, Ashi.
I know, that would have sucked so much if they did that. That would have been so awful.
I'm glad they took it this route. It was actually really interesting. And I really liked the whole, powered up Aku Ashi. I didn't like that Ashi, no longer has any agency.
That really sucks.
I hate that, but damn, that's a cool look.
So cool, wasn't it though? And when she was fighting and she could stretch her limbs really far, it was just honestly, I was so into evil Akuashi design.
I'm lack of agency, bad. Outfit, good.
Outfit, good.
I was so torn, and I was sad.
Actually.
But, we're missing the best part is the end of the Scaramouche arc.
Oh my god, yeah! I forgot about Scaramouche for 2 episodes, but he did not forget about himself because he got all the way there. He even got his body back.
Took an entire season and then...
But then just I guess he's dead for real now, right?
I'm pretty sure Aku just blew his head off.
Yeah, a shot to the face. That's hard to recover from.
Yeah, that's... Rip Scaramouche.
He had a really amazing name for Aku, though. And he was calling to him. Do you remember what it was? It was so amazing.
I can't even remember.
Do you remember how amazing it was when he said it?
Yes.
So good. I'll have to go back and watch.
I think Scaramouche might have been my favorite part, because I'm poor guy, it took him so long to get there. Jack now has a new sword.
Yeah. He's been out of the loop. Oh, that scene when they both were dancing.
That was beautiful.
Oh my Because we're talking about this season's been pretty serious, and the only like light moments are with like Aku for some reason. But like, yeah, that was a perfect example of that happening again.
It was beautiful. And I love that even when Aku is at like the temple of the daughters of Aku, he's still kind of silly.
Oh, like, good. This is a good try. It pales in comparison to the real thing, but here you go, have a vial of my essence.
I was so concerned, though, when he's like, my daughter, how did you... Oh, there was that one time, and I was so...
When he said there's that one time, I was like, what? How could you forget about that? And then the flashback, and then when he was there on the altar, I was like, what are they gonna show us? Like,
rip headphone users after that little,
No, when he said, I was, like, wondering what that meant, too. This was a, like, I guess, like, midway.
Because we discussed Aku trying to be seductive.
Yeah, and it would not, I mean, I feel like they would have been into it, though. Like, all he had to do was, like, be himself, and it probably would have worked fine. Like, he just showed up, and they were like, woohoo!
Does Aku... we're not getting into this. Okay.
Wait, no! You can't. We can't start it and not finish with it.
You know what the show could say? I could say it. Does Aku have a penis?
I feel like because he's a shapeshifter, right?
He could if he wanted to.
He could if he wanted to, yeah.
I mean, Rose Quartz gave herself a womb over on Steven Universe, you know. Why can't Aku?
Yeah.
Aku, Rose Quartz, same person. Same person. Everyone idolizes them. They don't even...
They both have statues in their honor.
They're both rather silly.
Both have offspring.
They both have a really dark streak in them.
One, like, literally is black. Yes.
They both are very confused by humans.
This is very true.
I smell a cartoon conspiracy coming on.
Can you imagine the fan fiction that could evolve from a crossover?
I'm curious if anyone... I'm legitimately...
It could now. Maybe we made something beautiful here, Justin.
The closest I could find was...
you looked for it?
All I could find was some Ashi, Rose Quartz stuff.
Oh, hey! No, that sounds good, too.
It was just like a random sketch page of like, Ashi, Pearl, Rose Quartz, just like someone's sketchbook. But I did find Steven Universe Undertale crossover, which means we've gone too far down the rabbit hole, and it's time to come on back.
Alright, that's true.
I have 2 copies of Undertale now. I might... We should do a giveaway. We should do a giveaway on the podcast.
Yeah, sure! We could do a giveaway. Someone would love that.
We'll do a giveaway. You know what? As a bonus for you Samurai Jack fans.
For sticking with us this whole time.
As a bonus. The first person to hear this, email me, what is it, justin@overlyanimated.com, whatever my email is. It's on the website.
It is. Yeah,
whatever it is. It's on the website.
It's on the website.
Well, no, it's a redirect to my personal email, so just first person to email me will get a copy of Undertale. You know, I promise, I guarantee, I'm good for my word.
Right now, and just send it before you forget, guys. Gotta be fast.
Michelle, I swear, if I get an email from you in 2 seconds before we even post this.
I'm not gonna do it. No. We are both disqualified from entering our own giveaway. That's only fair.
I can't even redeem the code on Steam because I already have a copy, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so, I thought this was a good episode. I love the fight scene between Ashi and Jack. Like, that choreography was just...
That's really good.
That was something special. We got an email about the fight scene. You want me to go ahead and read that email? Alright, we got an email from our good friend Andy. Let's dive right into the email. Hey Justin. Sorry, Michelle, you didn't get mentioned.
Oh, see, they're disqualified from the Undertale contest now.
No, Andy's still in the running. I have a lot of thoughts on this episode. Tried to focus on one thing though, and ended up rambling. Sorry. In a miniseries, pacing is the most important thing. You only have so much time to get to your destination. This was our destination. This was what all the episodes in the season had to be built around. The idea that Jack would trust Ashi just in time for the reveal that Aku is really her father. Every little thing we were shown, from Scaramouche to Jack getting a sword back, made this moment possible, except for one thing, the romance. The romance doesn't make this more impactful, it doesn't make it more heartbreaking, and it doesn't make it more tense. Nothing would have changed in the fight if they were just friends, not a single line of dialogue. I was reserving judgment on the Jack and Ashi romance until we saw why it was happening. I can firmly say it's unnecessary and degrading of Ashi's character. All of a sudden, she's just an object to twist Jack a little further into despair. Her character traits are repressed in episode 8 and refined down to beats people up, doesn't understand Jack's culture, and being into Jack. This is a character that didn't know what sex was, and probably still doesn't when she met Jack like a week ago, and now it's her defining characteristic. If they sexualize Jack in any significant way, it might be forgivable, but instead they play him off as the prude. I'm just gonna say that shower scene, I was getting a little steamy.
No, because he is a black silhouette against the water. It is not nearly the same as us
I got titillated.
Ashi's full backside in the waterfall.
I got titillated. I got titillated.
No, man, that was not enough.
Don't tell me what I'm not attracted to, Michelle.
I'm not, but I'm just
I got
saying,
a little
man.
hot and heavy, so I'm just saying, I was into it. But either who, there seems to be... There seems to be this idea in TV, animation, film, that if a woman beats a bunch of people up, it's suddenly #feminism. But this is the perfect example of why that isn't true. It's about intent, meaning, and themes of the show more than actions of individual characters. If the show doesn't respect its women, then the women won't be respected no matter what they're doing on screen. Ugh. Rant over.
That's for him, right? Okay.
Yes.
What do you think
There's
of
about
that?
20 H's. Oh, and P.S. If you ignore episode 8, this episode is incredible. Great fight. One of the best choreographed sword fights possibly ever. Funny Aku and Scaramouche.
Yeah, seriously. There were a lot of good aspects of this that I liked more than the last episode.
Though. Like, it was. And I feel like... I agree with the whole episode 8 was really unnecessary now, because this reminds me a lot of the Batman the Killing Joke issue that people had, because the comic of Killing Joke is perfect, the way it is. But for the movie, they added a prologue with Batgirl to give her more time to develop as a character for people who may not know her, which would have been absolutely fine and dandy if they didn't have her have sex with Batman. But she did, and so when it's time for, like, Batman to help save her... It feels so, like, she's already robbed of agency enough in that book, like, when she gets shot and paralyzed, stripped naked by the Joker, like it's
that's
bad
not enough reason to care about her well-being, it's because they boned each other.
Oh.
I see.
And it becomes so awkward, and it's just, it's like this. It would have still been fine without the romance, but, I don't like it. There's definitely a comparison there. I see that. Anyone who's seen The Killing Joke knows what I'm talking about. Because it's just, it makes the part that actually is from the comic less impactful, I think. Because, like, there's one great moment in the comic where Commissioner Gordon's talking to Batman and he's like, Joker took pictures of her and he's just like crying and he's just on the floor, just a wreck. You know, his daughter's been violated.
Oh, okay.
And in the movie, that scene is so much more awkward. Because Gordon's talking to Batman, like, he took pictures of Barbara, like, and Batman's just got this look on his face, and all I can think the entire time is, yeah, he just saw her naked last night, so, and just, the whole scene just becomes 10 times more awkward. And also, big age gap there, and basically every issue that people are having with Jack and Ashi, people have already had this issue with The Killing Joke, and I'm so tired of this happening. Like, we need to get this right, people. We can do this. I believe. So
you agree with who sent this email to us?
Andy.
You? Andy. So you agree with Andy?
I agree with Andy for the most part. Yeah. I think this episode was better at handling the romance than the last one was, because the last one was just so shocking.
Oh God, yeah.
I think this episode. I'm glad they stepped back, and it's kind of like what I was talking about last time. You know, all right. You had the hot and heavy makeout, you know, crazy moment.
Where do we go from
back
here?
Up, and they did. Yeah. They backed up. I think the gi line is still, that was classic. That was hilarious. Oh, I'm still wearing your robe. Gi! You keep it.
Yeah, like, I know. When he's awkward and, like, when he's making those awful faces when he was eating, it was just, like, really great to see him like that. Like, that felt very refreshing. Like, awkward Jack is still possible. Hooray!
I very much enjoy awkward Jack. And I love that, like, Ashi still had no clue why he cared so much about her not being naked.
Yeah.
She's still just like, well, here you go.
She doesn't have the stigma, yeah. She's like, whatevs, man.
We are now up to 4 different Ashi outfits? The original, the leaves. Well, I guess 5 if we include the gi. Meanwhile, Jack designs were up to what, 3?
What was the...
Beard and Scruffy.
And then
regular robe.
What's
Diaper
the third
Man.
one? Oh, nah, because that was always there, though, underneath the robe.
Well, I know, but it's still
doesn't count as a separate outfit.
I would count it. Because you have to draw it differently.
No. I think
if you have to learn to draw Jack in a entirely new way, it counts.
But Justin, like, if you were like, oh, I'm wearing a t-shirt and pants, let me take off my shirt and pants. Oh, there's my underwear. New outfit. Like, does that make sense? No, it doesn't.
No, but some video games, looking at you dead or alive, just the underwear version is a separate unlockable attire for $10. So, it counts.
$10 whole dollars.
Some of those games, man.
Well, I don't know. I guess we can agree to disagree on it being an outfit in its own right or not.
Well,
maybe if you, like, work it really well, like, if you own it, maybe that's, like, the deal breaker.
I'm gonna tweet Gendy, and we're gonna settle this.
But is he owning it, though? We need to know this so we can decide if it's an outfit or not.
He does not. I'm going to just tweet Gendy right now.
Are you
really? Yes, I'm going to settle
poor
this.
Man.
No, he is not a poor man. He's doing fine for himself.
Oh, man. We don't know that. I mean, this was 10 episodes. It's not, like, a lot.
I know, but, like, he's also working for Marvel right now. Like, he's fine.
Aw, okay. Good for him.
Yeah, he's writing a Luke Cage comic, actually. I
Mm.
don't know if it's still running, but yeah, he's doing great. Is he not on Twitter?
Oh, he evaded you. He probably doesn't have a Tumblr either then. He's free! He doesn't have the social media nonsense. He probably doesn't have an Instagram either then.
Oh, yeah, no, like, you're free from social media nonsense. You have more social media than I do, Michelle.
Yeah, but I don't use it that often. Different things for different people. But he's from a different time, he's, like, older than us. Maybe he doesn't want to bother with all of it. And he's, like, established enough that he doesn't need it for networking the way a lot of younger people do.
True. Are you ready?
I still kind of want to talk about what Andy was saying, though, because, like, okay. I also agree, and, like, I mean, Jack did that dumb, stupid thing that everyone does when it's like, oh, I need to go alone, so I'm gonna leave when they're sleeping. And Ashi was immediately like, oh, Jack, like, god damn it, why did you do the thing? And she caught up with me, gave her that whole thing where he's like, I've seen so many people die that I loved and their only memories. Now she's like, yo, like, we can do this, though. But then, like, that would have been a nice moment, except then Aku came over and he's like, oh, I can control you. And yeah, then, like, her agency was totally taken away, and then she was, like, literally asking him to murder her, which is an awful trope that we were already afraid was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was worried.
God,
I don't hate that trope, though, the kill me trope. I've seen it used well. This wasn't my favorite. I thought this one was really...
This would not be a good use of it. I mean, again,
I'm glad that they didn't go through with it.
And to just kill her off to bother Jack and to, like, advance his character.
I'm glad that they brought it up. I'm glad they didn't go through with it.
Yeah, it would have been really, really, really awful.
Because it gives a really harrowing moment, and I'm really glad we got that. I thought it was really well executed. I'm glad they didn't go through with it. That would have sucked.
That would have sucked a lot.
But just the blackness, like, peeling off. Kill me!
Yeah,
like, I thought it was honestly really well executed.
No, I mean, I do too, but, like, I can't divorce it from the fact that it exists within, like, so many other shows, and I'm just sick of seeing it, you know?
Name one other show that it
happens in?
Yes.
Oh my god. That's the thing, though! Like, it's so commonplace. How do you pick a show?
I can only think of one, and that's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and now it's a completely different thing.
I have not seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay, it's like season 1, so, I mean, it wouldn't even be a spoiler anymore. Oh, I found Aku and Jasper.
What? Oh my god. I'm surprised that that's the thing, but him and Rose Quartz are, now that we've gone over all the reasons, they're exactly the same person.
It's more just a side-by-side comparison of both of them smiling creepily.
Oh, okay.
It's not like combined, like, crossover fan art, but...
And I would say it's not just the dying. I think it's the aspect of, like, if you have, like, say, a female character, like Andy was talking about, if you have a female character, you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna make her badass because that's feminist. And then, like, somehow that agency just, like, isn't used for, like, the rest of the show. Like, that happens so often. Like, that happened with Fiona and Shrek. Like, that happened to the chick in the Lego movie. Like, that happens all the time. And it's so stupid.
Yeah, but at least the Lego movie still had Unikitty.
But still.
Unikitty is just a wonderful character.
I mean, it feels very, like, you know.
It did feel kind of like a cop-out.
It felt like a cop-out, and it feels like it's just not a creative thing to do, because so many people do it, and it's not even, like, helpful, I would say. Like, you're not exploring that character anymore if that's what you reduce them to. Being motivation for someone else, or, like, being a fighting machine or something. Like, that's not a character.
No, it's a trope.
Yeah, so. I don't know what's gonna happen with Ashi, but, like, this is about what I was worried about happening, so we'll see. At least she's not dead yet. That's like that's something, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, I really expected we were gonna take. Really thought we were gonna take the girlfriend in the refrigerator route, but
oh my god, yeah. No, I mean, maybe they had like enough like awareness to be like, I feel like that wouldn't go over very well. Maybe there's another way. But, like, she was asking to be killed, so it was a possibility.
Would you not, in that situation, like, I'd even be like, dude, I don't like this. Like...
Well, the thing was, he kept talking to her about, like, you can, like, overcome this. Like, you're not your father or your mother. You're your own person. Which, like, great, Jack. Like, thanks for telling me the thing I need to hear to, like, decide for myself. But, like... Yeah, it's kind of true. I feel like I'm hoping in the next episode she'll have a moment of being like, I can control this. I'm a strong person. Plus, you know, if she's part of Aku, she's like hella strong, right? He's the ultimate evil. I'm sure she could channel some of that back somehow. Like, I wouldn't put it past her, so that's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't think it's a possibility? Like, what are the other options?
I mean, I think it's possible. It's just I really don't know where they're taking this last episode. We have 20 minutes left.
Yeah, we don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
But maybe that's, like, the intention.
It should be a good ending. I'm excited.
Like, riveting and a cliffhanger up until the very last bit. Maybe that's the plan.
I mean,
because he got the sword back, and Jack's kind of, like, bummed out. They probably just, like, left him and were like, peace, go back to the hangout spot. So.
Is this when Jack's gonna finally find the Scotsman?
Yeah! Like, yes, no, that's actually what's gonna happen, because, like, they have not existed since, like, the second episode, right?
Like, the 5th, I thought.
Yeah. Like somewhere in there.
Somewhere earlier on.
This one has to come back, because he's like, we're gonna regroup, and we couldn't have introduced all those cool daughters without using them again.
Yeah, I want it to be good.
Yeah, I feel like he'll have, like, a talk with the Scotsman, and he'll, like, motivate him to be like, alright, here's our plan to, like, go, like, help Ashi and destroy Aku. And then, like, yeah. I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
I do. I think we're gonna get the whole gang together, and we're gonna finally take on Aku on good terms, and it'll all end. And do you think we're gonna have a happy ending?
I don't know. I, like, honestly don't know. What do you think happy would mean for this show?
I don't even know, Mia.
Yeah, right? Like, would it be happy if he stayed there with Ashi and it was just like, okay, sorry, family? Or would it be better if he went home and she didn't exist? I don't know. How do you win?
I don't think there is winning. I think it's just gonna be sad, but I want it to be happy.
Yeah, same. I want it to be happy too.
But does Jack deserve to be happy?
I don't know if that's... I mean, I don't know. Maybe. He sure tries hard to do the right thing most of the time, right? That's gotta count for something. The gods literally gave him his sword back. They must think, like, he's a pretty okay guy.
Yeah, I'm hoping. He seems okay.
You seem so, like...
I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling that vibe from you.
I'm concerned for the ending.
Me too. Concerned. I'm really concerned.
Oh, well.
There must be an end, though.
There will be. But I don't know if it's going to be a good ending.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We don't know. That's also part of the, that's why we're going to tune in next week.
For the finale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. Even though I'm also apprehensive. I'm still excited.
So, what else do we... Oh, we have another email we get to read.
Okay.
Alrighty. The email we have is from frequent commenter Steve. Damn, just damn. The fight we have waited for is here. Jack versus Aku, and Aku is not fighting fair, but what did you expect? I knew the romance was set up for tragedy, and it looks like that's going to happen. I guess it was worth watching that sloppy attempt at romance for an episode and a half. Seriously, I think Genny with his romance with Jack and Ashi, they pale in comparison to Octus and Kimmy, Symbiotic Titan reference for those who don't know. I thought he did a better job of Octus and Kimmy, and one of those is a robot. Though I don't want Ashi to die, I hope she doesn't. I thought she was going to die in this episode, but I have hope. The Scotsman has yet to appear, and I am excited about that. But there was a death in this episode. Rip Scaramouche. You will be missed, I think.
Well, I mean, is it possible he's not... Also, wait. Do we still think the mom's dead for real, or do we think she's gonna come back?
Honestly, I think at this point she's probably dead for real. Because we have one episode left and we haven't seen her.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible she'll come back.
I honestly don't know myself anymore, but I do think if the show is willing to dedicate more time to, discussing with Ashi the fact of her origins, I feel like being faced with her mom and having a conversation about that could do a lot for her, dealing with what's going on.
Do you think we will get the fight between Ashi's mother and Aku Ashi?
No, because if...
I want it so bad, though.
Because, they'd be on the same side, though.
I know
if
they
she's
would.
Akuashi, you still want to see the fight.
I still want to see it.
The fight would be really cool. I just want to see Akuashi, fight more, because, even though, I know we're supposed to be rooting for Jack, she was so cool as Akuashi. It was hard not to be, really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool design, man.
It's a really cool design. The stretching arms, and she was, so tall, and, yeah.
And the blank eyes. And
mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Over the Garden Wall?
Yeah. You mean, the...
Did the eyes remind you of the Beast at all?
A little, yeah. They're just, headlights, kind of, just, white eyes. Dead white eyes. Yeah.
I was getting a really weird Over the Garden Wall vibe during that, but...
Yeah, I really liked her shoulders, too, and just, I just like the way she'd smack down her long arms to fight. I just thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
It's distorted, but I don't know, scary, but in a very appealing way, not in an off-putting way. I don't know. You know what I mean, though. It's just a really cool design choice.
It was. I think it was definitely one of the highlights of the season as far as design goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully last episode will be good. We got one episode left, Michelle. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I think anyone is who's following the show.
But, Michelle, it's going to be our last time together for this show.
Forever. Yeah, for this show. But there'll always be more shows. That's the beautiful thing.
That's the beautiful thing about the world, Michelle. It's just time keeps on going.
Yeah. You're going to make a great grandpa, Justin.
The OVA originals are going to continue fighting.
No, we're gonna talk about that name. We're going to get an official name change, because I can't live like that.
Have you considered DuckTales as our next show?
No, but yes. Yes, let's do DuckTales. That would be awesome. Do you know when that's coming out, though?
DuckTales begins very soon, really? 2017. It's already renewed for a second season. Do you have a date yet? Apparently it does not have a date yet.
Yeah, because I saw some of the promo stuff, but nothing about
soon.
An official release. Soon, it's summer, probably.
Probably summer.
Maybe July. Okay, cool.
You know who's in this show, right?
Ducks.
Well, I mean the cast.
Yeah, more ducks.
It's half the cast of SNL.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you've got a lot of people from SNL. You've got
what?
The voice.
How do they find their way to that show?
Sadie from Steven Universe.
Oh my god! Is she the girl, the niece?
Yes, Webby.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And Scrooge McDuck will be played by David Tennant.
Okay. That's big shoes to fill.
Do you know who David Tennant is?
Oh.
The Doctor from Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor.
I could care less about Doctor Who. Sorry if I'm alienating our listeners.
Alienating, because he's an alien.
Oh my god. Oh.
So, Michelle and I still have a future here after Samurai Jack ends, but I'm excited. This has been a good time. This has been a really good show. I'm really excited to see how it all ends.
This was honestly like a really fun show and a really gorgeous show and like a very like refreshing show from the stuff we normally watch. So
yeah, this has been a nice change of pace.
No matter what happens or what the ending's like I feel like I'll come away with like pretty fond memories of it, and I'll definitely give it a rewatch, in the future.
You know what's been really great, Michelle?
Being
able to just consistently tune in once a week and know, except for one time, that the show will be on at its normal weekly time. Right? Oh, it's been so wonderful.
Oh, Adult Swim.
Oh, just, the show starts on this day. We're going to run these weeks. We're going to end here. We're not going to change the time by 2 hours and not tell anyone. We're not going to air it every day. We're not going to move it to 6 a.m. star whenever you aired at one point. We're just going to...
what scares me when people do that? Because, that happened with Korra, and it happened with,
everything we cover.
So, it's just, and then, I always worry that they're doing that because, the show is, ending soon, and they just, don't care anymore. We're oh, we gotta get rid of these episodes. Oh, they're all done. Okay, well, let's, do 5 this time, and the next month we'll do 5 more. That's why I get scared.
Well, Nick, I think the reason you're scared of that is Nick does that. If Nick doesn't like a show, it's bumped over to Nicktoons, new episodes every morning at 6 a.m., alright? It's gone forever.
That's what happened to Harvey Beaks, too, so, it's really...
Looking at you, Robot and Monster.
Nervous. Yeah.
I really hope that's not the case. Chum. Looking at you, Mighty Bee.
Yeah, seriously, it's an awful pattern.
Nick does it quite a bit. Tough puppy.
I hope that's not the case with CN. No. But it's still, gives me flashbacks.
Yeah, it's why we have this fear.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb even happened to in the last couple of seasons. Disney started dumping them over on XD and not really saying when. So, I get your fear.
Do that, guys.
It's been so nice to just consistently know when we're going to be able to podcast, know when the episode's going to air, no manic scrambling last minute because 5 episodes leaked. It's been nice.
We'll enjoy it while it lasts.
I know, right? Our little reprieve is about to end. So that is it for us, guys. I think. Do you have any final words, Michelle?
Don't kill Ashi. Please don't. Don't do it.
Don't kill Ashi.
Just think about what that would mean and what that would say, not only about the show, but about other shows that like to do that, and don't. Please. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. Alright, everybody. So that's it for us. We'll be back next week with the finale of Samurai Jack. Thank you so much for listening. You can find all our info at overlyanimated.com. Remember our Undertale giveaway. Email me, Justin at overlyanimated.com.
You gotta get on it. If you didn't pause, someone else has it already, so you gotta be fast, guys.
You gotta be quick on your feet, guys. I mean, I'm legitimate. I got a second copy by accident, so have at it.
It could be your
accidental copy of Undertale.
And if you get really sad about how, Samurai Jack ends, you can, play Undertale that, can be a happier game if you choose it to be. Yeah, but it'd be like,
Have you played Undertale?
Yeah.
We're talking
later. It can
be
happy if you make enough good choices and don't murder everyone.
We're talking later. Alright, thank you so much to all our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Andy, aka Buzz Lightyear. And thanks as always to our Patreon executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, and Alex. We've got tons of stuff coming up. The hour-long Steven Universe special, of course, is happening Memorial Day. Stay tuned for that. And, of course, the finale of Jack next week. Alright, thank you so much for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.